Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Rhonda. Today I'm going to be talking about a staple in every yarny person's stash. Stitch markers. Whether you're a knitter or a crocheter, you're going to have stitch markers. Have you ever thought about making your own? Well, let me show you what you need and a really quick, fun, and easy way to make them. Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Rhonda, and I got to thinking about stitch markers because I've always sort of wanted to get into making my own since I've seen some pretty cute stitch markers out there. So I decided to collect my things, my little bits of craft materials like beads, and put them all together, order some more. I'm going to show you what I have, and then I'm going to show you how quick they are to make, and I'm going to show you how you can make your own. And it's really easy, so stick around and let's do this together. Okay, these are the stitch markers I've used from the beginning, and you can see they come in different sizes. They're very practical and nice. Now, I did buy these heart-shaped ones. I thought they were cute. I bought them on AliExpress. I thought, great, but then this happened with more than one, and I decided, okay, I guess that's not going to work out too well. So these are the typical ones, and let's set these aside and see what else I have here. Okay, so here's a cute little package of stitch markers that I bought. I thought they're really cute. You can see little lambs, and I thought they were adorable, and it wasn't a lot of money, so I really liked them. And I thought, well, hey, I want to do that. I've got all kinds of things. I ordered some charms, I've got some beads, and so let's look at the ones that I've made here. So starting with this one, it's just a charm, a lobster claw, and a jump ring. And I've shown this on another one of my videos. I thought it was really cute. It's a nice, solid, pretty leaf with that shines different colors. I like that. Okay, so then I went ahead and I made these stitch markers with the letters, because oftentimes you have more than one project on the go and you can't remember which hook you've used. So here are some options that I've created with beads, and here as well. And I think they look really pretty. So those are the ones that I've made, and I'm going to show you some of the little items that I have to make lots of different types of stitch markers. And you can basically make stitch markers with beads, charms, what have you. If you have things around your home already, or you just go out and buy some cheap beads, and look how cute they are. It sure is interesting if you compare to something like this. How much fun are these? And the thing is, if you buy them on Etsy, they will be more expensive, obviously, than what you pay to make your own. And you could have fun with it, and they could just be a reflection of your own creativity. Now, that's not to say that I would discourage you from purchasing, because there are people who work really hard to make unique stitch markers, and so if you would like to go ahead and buy them, then by all means, that's also another option. But some of us like to do things on our own and have fun with it. So let's move these aside, and I'm going to show you what I've got. I'm going to put these aside as well to make my stitch markers. Okay, so here's some of the hardware that you need first and foremost to build your charms. You definitely need these lobster claws. Now, if you are a knitter, you will use a different type of connector. This is for crocheters, and I'm a crocheter, so I don't have the other ones. If you go on YouTube and check out other channels that are creating stitch markers, you could find the ones for knitters if you are a knitter. So I've got these lobster claws, plenty of them. These I bought from a dollar store. These were delivered from AliExpress. Jump rings, again, very important. And then I've got these little wires, and I used these to make this type of charm. And they have little nodules. They're like pins, bendable pins, and they have a little nodule at the end, and that holds everything from falling off. And of course you need to start with perhaps a small bead to stop it, to make sure that they don't fall off the end, and create stitch markers using those as well. And that is the necessity of how you, I guess, the skeleton of your stitch marker. Now these are for bending the wires, these needle nose pliers, so I've got a set of those, scissors if I need to cut any wires, and now the fun begins. Okay, so besides your hardware that's going to be the skeleton of your stitch marker, here is a quick view. I am not organized at all, but you can see I've got little charms over here. Little charms and letter beads, and I particularly like these letter beads. They're nice and large. I've got more charms over here that are fabulous. Little gummy bears and silver things. I don't know how well you can see them. And little unicorns. Various items that are great to use for your stitch markers. And in here you can see various sizes of beads, some seed beads and larger beads. The greater variety you have, the better. These charms I just bought at the dollar store, and some of them have little holes in them. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. And so you can put the jump rings in, or wires, and you will notice that with these I've got both ends connected. So this one is the lobster claw at the top, connected by the jump ring, and underneath I've got the beads and the letter bead, which would coordinate with the hook that I'm using for that particular project. But you can see this charm came from here, just dollar store stuff, and not all of them have holes, but whatever have holes, I could use those as well. And every dollar store will have different types of goodies. The other thing I like to have are these little pouches, because if you're going to give them as gifts, you can put a few of them in these pouches, and that's always nice to have that option, because anybody who is into yarn and yarn crafts really do appreciate stitch markers, and especially if it's a homemade gift, everybody appreciates that as well. And I'm going to set my alarm for 10 minutes, and I am going to make stitch markers, and we're going to see what type of variety I can come up with. So let's get started and have some fun. Okay, I'm going to set the timer now, and we're going to count down. So I've got to get busy. Okay, so in the last segment of my video, you saw that you could create stitch markers pretty quickly. They're a little bit fiddly when you just get started, but once you start making them, it becomes less fiddly to do once you get a little more experience with bending the wires and such. But anyways, I just wanted you to take a look at the ones that I have here. So they're the ones here that are more simple on the left side that have the charm, the jump ring, and the lobster claw, and that's it. So easy to make, and you can purchase the charms really anywhere, any craft store online, whether it be Etsy or AliExpress or Amazon, anywhere really that sells craft supplies. And on this side, you'll see something a little more unique, a little more involved, and more creative, because you're taking different sorts of beads, just putting combinations of things together. And of course, I added the letter beads, which are really practical when you have a couple of different projects or more on the go at the same time. It allows you to remember which hook you've used for that project. So I'm going to show you more specifically how I made these, and it is straightforward, but I'm going to show you how I do it to make myself a little more organized. And it is a work in progress because I'm pretty new at making stitch markers. So I'm going to push these aside and I will show you what I've got here. I have put all of the things that I want to use for this one stitch marker in this container with a ledge around it, because I'm dealing with tiny little pieces that tend to fall out of my hand and go places and then I can't find them, which isn't great. So having them like this really helps. And of course I've got my needle nose pliers, which I'm going to need to assemble my stitch marker. So first I have this piece here, and it's this long, it's a flexible, almost like a long pin with the head on it, just a little wire. And some beads have very small holes, so you don't need this first step. But in this first step, my beads have bigger holes, so I'm using a little pearl bead. Now you can use a seed bead. You can see how tiny that is. And I just put the wire through it like this. And so now I know that nothing's going to fall off of the end of my wire. And now I've got an assortment of beads, which I'm going to put together. I've decided to focus more on silver, and even this letter bead, the letter is silver. I'm going to start with this little silver ball, and I'm going to thread that onto my wire. And then I'm going to take this larger bead and put that on that. And then I'm going to take a little crystal bead, put that on there, and then I will do my letter bead and another crystal bead. And of course you can do any combination you like. And then I'm going to make a little loop on top with my needle nose pliers. I'm going to wrap this wire around the needle nose. So you'll see how I'm going to, see what I'm doing there? I'm bringing it around, and then I do the same thing again. Just keep winding it around like so, all the way down, so there's no slippage here, because I want these beads pretty tight. And I just pick it up to make sure it's in the center. I can twist it a bit, and now I've got my ring in which to put my jump ring. So I've got this here, and you'll see it's bendable. I could straighten that out. I'm going to open my jump ring. Just by bringing it out like this. You see that? Put that through the loop that I just made. And then I'm going to hold that in place and put on my lobster claw like so. Hold the lobster claw down and then pinch these two ends back together again. Get them as tight as I possibly can, like so. There we go. I can work on that a little bit more to make sure the two ends meet just by fiddling with it just a little bit. Make it nice and secure. Like so. I just squeeze it. And there you have it. Look how pretty that is. And I've just made a really quick, fun, easy, and practical stitch marker, which I can use for my next crochet project. So again, you can buy beads really anywhere, in a craft store or online, and you can choose a variety to make your own set or give as gifts. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's helpful. I hope you go out and make your own creative stitch markers, and I will see you soon. Have a great day and happy crocheting. Bye for now.